caught, and then you just get stopped. That's how it goes. If you fight good fighters, you will get stopped at some point, or you will get knocked down or knocked out. That's how it goes. But yeah, we're working in the rematch now. Hopefully we can get it November, December time.
That's the only way I can see him stopping Tyson. He's not going to outbox him, and Tyson got off the floor having taken his best shot. And that's the difference between levels. That's what he couldn't do on Saturday.
Finally, last one. I'm a good friend of yours, Oscar De La Hoya, has announced he's coming out of retirement to box again. I just wondered if you had any...
Cocaine isn't cheap.
Oscar De La Hoya has just announced that he's going to make a comeback. And he doesn't want any easy fights. He wants all the top contenders and champions at 154 and 160. That is the difference between De La Hoya and the other legends coming back to fighting. The legends going to fight exhibition fights, Holyfield, Tyson, Roy Jones. De La Hoya wants to fight live opponents. And Jermell Charlos, one of the first ones that want to welcome him back. Now, Chris Mannix of The Zone has said that De La Hoya hasn't even sparred yet. So maybe getting knocked around the sparring might change De La Hoya's mind. I do not like this comeback at all. Actually don't like any of the legends coming back. But at least Mike Tyson and them are fighting guys their age. De La Hoya will be fighting prime fighters, prime champion. And I wonder, what is the real reason De La Hoya is coming back? Could it be he missed the crowds, people cheering for him, the adrenaline from the big fights? Or is it financials? You would think it'd be financial. You think De La Hoya made lots of money, and then Golden Boy's taking off with Canelo as the biggest star in boxing in America. But I don't want to be one of those people that says, all that money he made, he got some money left. We don't know what the finances De La Hoya's going through. We don't really know how much money he is. We're just assuming that he has a lot of money. So hopefully financially he's okay. And when he's sparring with these young bucks, hope he comes to his senses. You would think his plate is full with Canelo and then Ryan Garcia, who could potentially be your next big superstar. You already a Hall of Famer and one of the greatest fighters of all time. Why does De La Hoya need to come back? You need to sit down somewhere. In other boxing news, looks like Povetkin will honor the rematch. Dillian Whyte versus Povetkin 2 can happen as early as November. Eddie Hearn says if Dillian Whyte happens to be victorious, he will get his #1 ranking back and be a possible match between him and Tyson Fury in early 2021. And I respect fighters like Dillian Whyte and Povetkin. They're throwbacks, they're going to go at it again. And some boxing fans are critical of Dillian Whyte. But I tell you what, Dillian Whyte fights tough opponents. Dillian Whyte probably has the second best resume in boxing in the heavyweight division. In that left hook uppercut he threw, no one gets up from that. And I know what Fury fans will say, well, he got up from the Wilder punch. And let me tell you something about Wilder's power. That might be misleading. He's knocked out 95% of his opponents, which is great. And we know he can punch. But how hard does he really punch? How many elite fighters has he knocked out? That is a question we never get the answer to unless he knocks out Fury in the trilogy. Another thing I want to give props to Whyte and Povetkin on is they fought on Fight Camp with no crowd. A lot of these big name fighters or elite fighters, they don't want to fight without a crowd because they want their money. I'm kind of rooting for Dillian Whyte, but nothing against Povetkin. If Povetkin wins again, I'm cool with that too. I just want to see what Tyson Fury does if Dillian Whyte wins and reclaims his #1 spot for the WBC title. Dillian Whyte's hype. He's looking forward to the fight, and so am I. Leave your thoughts and comments below. JBZ, subscribe to the channel. I'm gone.